Today's video is going to be a little different than the previous videos. It's going to be two videos in one. So the first part, we're going to talk about the Blockchain Futurist Conference, ANKR Flexa Network Amp in Canada. In the second video, we're going to reply to a comment left by Michael Morales with regards to the SEC and Flexa Network Amp. So let's party people! So let's talk about Canada, Toronto. You know, they're going to have the Blockchain Futurist Conference in a couple of weeks. And you know who's going to be there? ANKR's going to be there. Flexa Network's going to be there. So we have both companies being represented at Canada's biggest crypto event. So this is a good opportunity, if you guys have never been to an event, to see one of the biggest events that are out there. You'll learn a lot. You're going to learn about the metaverse. You're going to learn about what's coming down in DeFi, what's coming up, what's being done with NFTs, lots of stuff you guys can learn. And it's a great way to network, you know, especially for ANKR Flexa Network Amp. They get to meet other companies that are there, build a network. If you're going there as someone who invests in crypto, you might learn and meet people who are investing in other projects that maybe you didn't know about. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to learn about new stuff that's coming down, and even stuff that's already being done that you may not have been aware of. So ANKR is being represented. Globetrotter will be there, Hitman will be there, Goatman will be there, and so is Flexa Network. They're being represented too. Mr. Spalding will be there. And one thing you're gonna learn is these guys are approachable. It's not like, hey, you know, I can see them, but I can't go up to them. So odds are, if you see them, you'll be able to go up to them, shake their hands, talk to them, you know, because they're really approachable people. So if you're in the Toronto area, go check it out. This is video number 2, and we're going to talk about Gary Gensler and the SEC and Flexa Network Amp. So this was a question brought up by Michael Morales, superstar viewer of the channel. Basically, I don't think this is going to amount to much because, you know, we have to remember Flexa Network has been compliant since its beginning. They've done everything they're supposed to do. You know, they've gotten themselves registered. So the states know about Flexa Network. It's not like they've been hiding and doing business. So this is pretty much gonna amount to nothing. They're like, hey, you know, Flexa Network is a security, but the same guy, Gary Gensler, Gary Gnu, for some reason he has me thinking of Gary Gnu. I don't know, you guys may not be old enough to remember Gary Gnu. But it reminds, you know, the guy himself seems to be a little confused. He's like, well, this crypto's an asset, this crypto's a real estate, this crypto's a security. So he himself does not have a clear view of what crypto is. And once you guys are old enough, you guys are going to realize that lots of times these guys are just acting like a politician. And what I mean by that is, you know, you have these guys who work for the government and they need to keep themselves working. They need to find non-issues and make them into issues just so that they can say, hey, I'm doing something, you know, to make it look like they're accomplishing something, because they basically are just being politicians because, hey, you know, we got this non-issue. These guys are right here in our backyard. Let's go after them. Let's create some sort of issue so it looks like I'm actually doing something. You know, because in reality, this dude should be going after all the guys that are doing the rug pulls. You know, what about that lunar crash? Why isn't he using his energy to go after those guys, you know? But that's just the way our system works. And ultimately, I don't think this is going to amount to much because Flexa Network has been compliant. So for Flexa Network, in the long run, this could be good because, you know, it may get some politicians to start thinking. They're going to pass regulations a little faster. And when they do, we'll start to see some of these rug pull companies, some of these scam coins all start to disappear, or at least less of them in the crypto world. And those that have been compliant will still be here. And Flexa Network will be one of those that will still be around in the future. Anyway, guys, until next time, peace out, safe investing.